Welcome back. You're watching live from Paris on France 24. It's time now to find out what the French journalists are gossiping and tweeting and talking about here today. James Cruden is the man for that. It's time for Media Watch. Hello, James.
Good evening, Laura.
We're not starting in France, though. We're starting in Russia because
Yes.
huge protests against Vladimir Putin underway in Moscow today, of course. Authorities, it seems, are going all out to make sure nobody can follow it on the internet.
That's right. And let's take a look at the computer, because there are two websites which I suppose if you were Russian and if you wanted to find out about what's going on in Moscow and elsewhere, these are websites you would be trying to access. The first one here is TV Rain, or Doj, which is a sort of quite a, what would you say, anti-Putin TV channel run by quite a young, trendy crowd. There you go, the TV channel, only on streaming on the internet, by the way, is not available. So it's not available on satellite. You can't get it on your TV, but you can get it online, but not today. And also Novaya Gazeta, a well-known Moscow-based newspaper with there you go, their website is also unavailable. So clearly efforts being made somewhere to quieten the media on a day when the news isn't good for Putin.
Echoes of what goes on in Iran and other places like that, isn't it?
That's right, a little bit of censorship going on.
All right, now let's move on to the story that's got all the French journalists chatting today. Now, this is the last thing the socialists want, just a few days before the legislative elections. François Hollande's girlfriend, Valérie Trierweiler, a journalist, has tweeted her support for François Hollande's ex, her rival in the elections. It's been seen as a little bit of green-eyed monster.
They're calling it the War of the Roses because, of course, it's socialist. Let's take a look at this. I think you can see Trierweiler Royale. No, I think it's the other computer. The other computer. We're getting confused. That's a yeah. Any
this
case,
is the tweet,
Royale.
is it? So just translate for us the tweet. Courage à Olivier Falorni.
I just want to send my good wishes to Olivier Falorni. He is the opponent of Ségolène Royal, and saying that how he's very much implanted in the La Rochelle area where Ségolène Royal is trying to be elected as an MP. And so she was really throwing the cat amongst the pigeons with that tweet, because let's take a look at what François Hollande, the president, had done a few days earlier. Mm-hmm. He had given his official support to Ségolène Royal. Can we just take a look at François Hollande on that official poster showing his support to Ségolène Royal?
I think we're having a bit of a technical problem.
All right, we're having technical problems. Anyway, PC Web isn't working, it appears. Anyway, there you go. But I'll explain to you.
We're on a Russian server here, apparently.
Right.
Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Very
there
nice.
It is.
Okay.
So, Ségolène Royal, you see,
there's François Hollande's official
giving his
backing there.
official stamp on her campaign, because there's a rival socialist guy, a renegade, who's trying to get her seat. And she was the former presidential candidate for the Socialist Party, so she's been given...
She's a heavyweight socialist, isn't she? Right. And the other guy, Olivier Falorni, no one's heard of him.
This is it. Even though he is a local man, and she is seen as being parachuted into a constituency.
But you can imagine the conversation over the dinner table tonight, chez President Hollande.
You're getting ahead of me, because people are tweeting. They're even tweeting that. They're saying, you know what, 87% of people would love to be a little mouse.
Pass the pomme de terre, Valérie.
Right, what have you done? You're ruining everything. So just to show you a few tweets, and many people were saying, was this just a moment of madness on the part of Valérie Trierweiler? Well, actually, this tweet here for BFM TV shows no, because she said it wasn't a gaffe, it wasn't a political error, it's just how I feel. So she's
this
standing...
is a follow-up she put.
That's right, she's standing by it. Now, people are trying to find nicknames for Valérie Trierweiler. She's already been called Rottweiler, Trollweiler, Desperate Elise Wives.
Because a troll, you should explain, is someone on the internet who attacks other people.
That's it, that's right.
For our older viewers.
And people who were so shocked at this unexpected tweet that they thought that her account had been hacked.
Well, you've got to think, haven't you? Valérie Trierweiler is in a bit of a difficult position because she's a journalist. She can't really work as a journalist anymore, can she? Being married,
not in any credible
associated
way
with the president. Yeah. She's not really the first lady because she's not married, and François Hollande says he doesn't have any plans to marry her, does he? So
I suppose it has put her in a bit of a difficult position.
Ségolène Royal has this, she does still have a career. She's got 4 children with François Hollande.
And she's set, if she's elected to be the head of the National Assembly, the equivalent of the Speaker of the House in the US, for example, the head of the National Assembly. So maybe that there's just a lot of bad blood there. And the analysis, in fact, is saying that when it comes to Ségolène Royal, there's an irrationality with Valérie Trierweiler. There was an article in L'Express magazine today quoting somebody close to her saying that. So I just want to show you a couple of tweets. Twitterweiler, she's also been called that. Oh. Now this I think is quite funny. This is a show on France 2 television television.
Oh, no.
Where you have
Mud wrestling, isn't it?
Mud wrestling,
Excellent.
essentially, and it has been one of the most mentioned references on Twitter today. People saying that this is really what's going on between Valerie Trierweiler and
Behind
Ségolène
closed
Royal.
doors at the Elysee.
And what's more, the castle or the fort where that show is set is just outside La Rochelle, where all of this
Oh, brilliant.
mess is
I bet
happening.
it's giving poor old Francois Hollande a big headache anyway.
Oh, definitely.
Very quickly, let's talk about an embarrassment for Sweden, also on Twitter.
All right, let's look at this. Sweden bizarrely have an official Sweden Twitter account, and they give it out to various Swedes who who kind of represent Sweden online during the week. Except one woman is a little bit silly, and she's been tweeting all sorts of silly things like, once I asked a co-worker what a Jew is, he was a part Jew, whatever that means, blah, 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 talking about pulling down people's pants. She's basically been humiliating her country.
She doesn't work for the
online all
government.
week. Well, she's representing Sweden
Oh,
on
she's
Twitter.
just, oh dear.
She's just a
You'll have
random
to check that one out
Swede.
yourself. What is it? Sweden on Twitter.
At Sweden.
At Sweden, there you go, if you want to see some very daft comments. All right, James Creedon, many thanks
Rob.
indeed. Time now for web news, and we'll be hearing why celebrities like Eva Longoria and Sarah Jessica Parker are backing Barack Obama for re-election. That's now.